Hey, sleepy, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to just really quick, really fast talk about a movie that I finished watching last night, and that is Pather Panchali. Maybe I've mispronounced it. I'm sorry. So, Pather Panchali is an Indian film, a specifically Bengal side of India, released in the year 1955. It is written and directed by Satyajit Ray, who is one of the most important filmmakers of all times. Prior to this film, I don't think I've ever seen a single Indian film other than RRR, which is a really great one, but obviously not the one that I'll be talking about. Not similar to the one I'll be talking about today. And also, I've seen Slumdog Millionaire, but that film is as Indian as Chicken Tikka Masala. But yeah, the reason why I watched this film is because it has become a yearly tradition that on every birthday I have to watch a great movie. And not just a great movie, but a life affirming movie to remind me how important life is. Because if I don't remind myself, then I'll just cry myself to bed or whatever. So I started this tradition in 2021. In 2021, I watched Ikiru by Kurosawa, which readily became one of my favorite movies ever, if not my favorite. It is extremely life affirming and enlightening, really beautiful movie. I cried at the end of the movie. It is really meaningful. And it's so much more than just a movie. It's also a life lesson. I really loved Ikiru. And then last year I watched Princess Mononoke, the film by Miyazaki. And Princess Mononoke is a film that I think is a 10 out of 10 as well. It is easily one of the best anime films I've ever seen. It is bold, grand, ambitious, colorful, dreamy, and says a lot about humanity and nature. And so we have arrived in 2023, and originally I thought about watching Ozu's Late Spring. But the reason why I didn't end up watching Late Spring is because A, that's three Japanese films in a row, and that's giving Japan too much credit. B, I'm actually gonna be watching Floating Weeds like half a day later. So, maybe let's give Ozu a little bit of a rest. Let's watch something else. So I thought, you know what? I've been hearing about this movie a lot and I should watch it. And that is Satyajit Ray's Pather Panchali. This is actually Satyajit Ray's first film. This is his directorial debut. Holy shit. And it is that successful. But yeah, Pather Panchali is essentially about a small village in East India, in the Bengal region, the Bengali region of India. And it is about sort of a family. We have a mother, Hoka, I believe is her name, her daughter, Durga, and her son, Opu, and her husband, who I forgot the name of, but is this Hari Hai, who is this poet, and they also live with this old woman who is the husband's cousin, um, and she's super old, whose name is Indir. So together they're a family. They're really poor. They have nothing to eat, and it's just about the life of this family and the upbringing of Apu. But I thought Apu was gonna be the main character. He's not really the main character. There are the three women that I've just mentioned are the actual main characters. They get the most screen time, and we sort of see this generational thing going on. So yeah, the first half of the film is really slow. By the way, my laptop is over there, so I'm looking there to my script actually. So the first half of the film is really slow. It's basically slice of life, and yeah, I like slow movies. There are tons of slow films I really like, but this one, I guess it's just because I was really tired when I watched this movie. I also planned to watch this movie 2 nights ago, but I ran out of time, and then yesterday I watched the first half, and then I ran out of time again, and then I watched the second half after I get home at like 3 a.m., and I was really sleepy. So I watched the second half, and a lot happens in the second half, but the thing is, truth be told, I was super sleepy last night, and I almost fell asleep. And it's not because the movie's boring, it's just that I was so tired. But second half is where a lot of tear-jerking moments happen, which are very powerful, very moving. But unfortunately, I didn't get that full experience. What I really love about this film is that it's not just a sob story about poor people, like, oh, poor people are so poor, like, okay, we get it. But this movie also makes an effort to portray daily life. Before the movie shatters this family and make them suffer, the movie makes us like them first by seeing their daily lives, by seeing how they, you know, live, how the kids live, how the parents live, and sort of humanize them as much as possible. And I think another thing that's so great about this film is that it's part of an epic story, an epic trilogy of Apu's life, which made me want to watch it more because, hey, what if Apu changes to a different person in the second film and in the third film? So it's really interesting. Another very obvious thing about this film that is great is the cinematography by Subhatra Mitra, I believe is the name of the DP, who really successfully used uh, black and white film in, I believe, what's the ratio? 4:3 ratio, and make the rural side of Bengali India so beautiful. There are some absolutely breathtaking shots here. So, yeah, this is a really beautiful film. It's really moving, it's really powerful. It just sucks that I was really tired when I watched the movie, and I guess I wasn't really completely in the mood, so it didn't move me as nearly as much as I wanted to. Um, and also, I guess there are other slow films that I just absolutely like salivate towards, like Yee Yee and Drive My Car and Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. And all of these films are also like, oh, nothing happens, but it's like very moving and emotional. But the thing is, those films I just mentioned are way more character driven. So I wish Pather Panchali is more character driven. But also, you need to consider the fact that this film was made in 1955, and for a film like this to come out in 1955, a slow-paced film about life and humanity and poverty, this well directed is actually really, really rare. Especially given that at that point, I think Bollywood was huge, and a lot of Indian films are basically Indian theater or just like Hollywood imitations. But Sutaji Rai saw Bicycle Thieves and decided that, you know what, neorealism is the way to go. And it paid off huge. So, yeah, this is a really great film. I need to rewatch it a few years later to really fully get the experience, but I can safely say that this is a great movie and it's like a light 9 for me right now. So, have you watched Pather Panchali? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.